Today is takeoff. Oh, give me a second. My mic is all tangled up around a bunch of cables. Okay. All right, let's see. TSSI, today's takeoff day, I think. I don't think it's takeoff day. You expected to go to 1512? Hey, England. Shout out to you, Dominic Allen. I was about to say Dominical, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's just Dominic Allen. TSSI, if it doesn't hold here, yeah, I could see it. Yeah, it would come down to like low 15s, high 14s. Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't know if it'll have maybe a short-term bounce. Maybe. I don't think it's going to rocket from there. Mate. Yeah, no. I was looking at Bitcoin. Because historically speaking, we always drop. We always drop on Bitcoin another like 10%. So the pattern here is you'll notice Bitcoin. Look what it likes to do, right? Bitcoin comes down to the purple line, touches it, right? Touches it here, and then goes higher. Touches it here, tries to go higher, fails to do so. Fails to go above 30K. Then it comes down under the purple line. And then it drops from the purple line to the where it bottoms out. From the purple line to where it bottoms out. Wait, where is it? From the purple line to where it bottoms out, it's about it's about like a 15% drop here. This was back in 2023. And then it doesn't go under the purple line until here in 2024. It goes under the purple line and it drops to a low of, it hits a high of 70K, right? It tops out at 70K, can't go higher than 70K, but it finds a bottom at around 50K. But from the purple line to that number, 50K, that's a 20% drop. And so anytime this has gone under the purple line, it just drops like 20% under it. So that's why it's important to measure. And I made a whole video telling you guys like, hey, here's how to measure, from the purple line to the price. And you can get a lot of information that way. So here, what happens? You're seeing the pattern repeat, right? We hit a high of 10K. Could not get up above it. We failed to go higher than what follows. We come down to the purple line and we break under it. And then from purple line to low of 75K, 73K, that's an 18% drop from the purple line to the low. So just because it's at the purple line doesn't mean it's automatically like a buy. I've just shown you very clearly, like we create a new high, we struggle to get, higher, and then we go under the purple line 20%. Or from the top to the, we drop a lot. From the top to the low, we drop quite a bit. And yeah, right now, I mean, we would kind of expect the same thing, right? If history is repeating this way, like it has been. I mean, we created a top here at 125. We tried to go higher. We did not. And instead, we failed to go higher, and we're under the purple line. So if it's going to drop at least 15 to 20%, we would expect this to bottom out at around 90K, 90 to 95K. It wouldn't bottom out here. It wouldn't bottom out here. Because historically speaking, we always drop, like we don't just drop 5% under the purple line and that's it. When you're under the purple line, there's just so much selling pressure and nobody wants to buy it until it gets cheap enough. So we're unless we reverse and go above the purple line, this is still looking, and we tried to go up above the purple line here, but we failed. So I would expect more downside. Because if crypto's falling, we would expect more downside. We would expect more of a drop, right? That's the pattern. That's the pattern. We can even measure out. I think crypto right now is just, if it's going to keep going down, everything should come down as well. From the high to the low here, 18%. Here from the high to the low, 30%. Here from the high to the low, 30%, 32%. Here from the high to the low, 22%, right? So from high to low, before we go to the next bull run, it's about a 22 minimum percent drop. And this stock here, high to low, has only dropped 19%. But these two times it dropped 30%. And those are recent. This is recent data. So we have to give the recent data more weight versus the 22, even if we like average it out. I mean, what? It's still a 20. We still got like another 6% to drop, which for Bitcoin, another 6% would be what? 25%. Yeah, we would go under, regardless, we would go under 100K and go to like 90s. That's the prediction here based on historical patterns. Again, I'm not making this up. I'm just showing you what's on the charts. I'm just showing you the patterns. If it keeps repeating over and over again since 2023, I mean, why wouldn't you expect the same thing to happen, right? When we're above the purple line, there's a lot of strength. When we're under it, there's a lot of weakness. I mean, here, 38% in the bear market of 2021. And then here here was the bear market of 2022. It dropped 75%. Everyone thought it was the end of the world. Oh no, Bitcoin's going to zero because it was at like 15K. Nobody wanted it at 15K, right? But the reality is when stocks drop like this and tank like this, it's nothing more than opportunity. So this is awesome because look at this. Damn, 55% drop there. Anytime Bitcoin goes under the purple line, it's guaranteed to just continue lower for at least 25 to 30%. So from high, or from purple line to low, about what, 20%, 25%? Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not. It's a pattern that repeats a little too often for it not to happen again. Like, and you know how people are. People always say, oh, this time it's going to be different. I'm going to not have that mentality. And instead, I'm just going to focus on what the charts are telling me. So yeah, as long as you're buying the good companies, you're fine. But I think people see their portfolio, right, or their gains being wiped out as stocks tank, that they, I guess they get antsy. Whereas I'm kind of just like, oh, I'm red. Whatever, it is what it is. That's part of the game. Too many people, they just want to be in the green all the time. They want to buy and immediately be in the green. But actually, if you really think about it, think about what I'm about to say. Think about what I'm about to say. If you're buying stocks under the purple line, you're buying it in a downtrend. You're buying it when there's a lot of fear. You're buying it when nobody really wants it. That's why if people wanted it, they'd be buying, not selling. And you can see here, we're in fear, like literally on the edge of extreme fear. And so yeah, the cycles just repeat. You know, greed, fear, I'm scared, oh no. But that's when you want to buy. That's literally when you have to have the highest conviction, is when it's down here. So that's the lesson for Bitcoin and the cycles on Bitcoin. It's going to fluctuate around the purple line, but over the long term, it continues to go higher, right? Over the long term, it just goes higher. It hits a high here of what? 72, high of 109, high of 126, and then we'll eventually get to a high of 150. I'm confident, which means Bitcoin miners are going to run again, and the cycles will repeat. That's just it is what it is, right? So yeah, look at that 47% move here to the new high. Here a 15% move to the high, and then yeah, I mean 150k would be another 15% move. Man, if it just goes to 140k, that's good enough. So yeah, I mean historically speaking, you know, we're fine. We're fine. This is opportunity of a lifetime to add cheap on a lot of stocks that have just been going straight up. Also, another funny thing to take note of is the weekly time frame. 50 EMA acts as support. It acted as support here and here, acted as support here and here. We're not really even there yet. It would have to come down to a low of like 100k and dip under it. So that's something to keep in mind as well. That's very interesting. That 50 EMA, that orange line, that acts as support on the weekly time frame. We've bottomed out there every single time. So it's going to be interesting to see if, because if that's the case, then this should come down to 100,000 and then dip under briefly, and the dip gets bought up, and then we get pushed back above 100. And that's where I believe we're going to bottom out. But we'll see. We'll see. Technicals aren't everything. This is the Trump administration. He can say something and we go to the moon, right? So on the opposite side, he could say something and we go down. Either way, unless this penetration from this candle was the bottom, I would expect more downside. But I'm just gonna keep buying anyways. I'm gonna keep buying. I'm buying my favorite stocks, so it's all good. Fire sale. Yeah, that's literally all it is, Zarati. It's literally everything's on sale. But I think people don't, I don't know. I don't know what people are thinking. The purple line works. It's a good strategy. Just, like Seinfeld, George Costanza and Jerry Seinfeld, they bought. But the difference is George Costanza was willing to hold through the red. And then it fluctuated back up to new highs, and George Costanza ended up making all the money. Meanwhile, Jerry Seinfeld is the one that, if you guys know the episode, I forgot the episode name, but yeah, Jerry Seinfeld is the one that lost money because he didn't understand that stocks fluctuate. And in this case, stocks fluctuate around that purple line. But notice that the price fluctuates around the purple line, but it fluctuates around it as it creates new highs. This is why I always tell people to trade stocks or crypto, ETFs, silver, gold, whatever, anything that goes higher over the long term like this. It's just very, very, very difficult to lose, right? Because if it's under the purple line, you're getting it at a discount already. You're buying at the average price. And if it goes under it, and there's a history on this of going under the purple line, you're getting the biggest discount ever. So this is when you want to have, like, people are greedy up here at the top. You want to be greedy down here. Like, this is when you get greedy. This is when you're like, hell yeah, I'm going to double down on my favorite stocks. As long as nothing fundamentally changed. So I would expect more downside. My prediction is we come down to 100,000 again for a retest, maybe briefly dip under it, and then that gets bought up. That's my prediction based on the patterns that I'm seeing. So yeah. Which is why I haven't bought Mara. Like, I hold Mara at 2053 and I've been just selling covered calls, but I would expect Mara to drop down to even, if it doesn't hold at the purple line, it should drop down to like 12, 13. No, it's not going to drop down that much. Bitcoin would have to hold under 100,000 for it to drop that much. No. Yeah, Mara would come down to like 15, 16. That would actually, yeah, that makes more sense. Do I expect more bleeding today? I mean, it doesn't exactly look dandy for neither Bitcoin nor the NQ. The NQ here looks, you know, like there's no strength here in the markets. Everyone's just selling. Like we should have gotten a gap up today. Today should have been a gap up. We did not get a gap up. Instead, we did get a gap up. It just sold off though. That's kind of an issue there. Like look at QQQ gapped up to 607, and what happened, Nick? Sold off immediately. What else? NQ selling off. Mags, I bet you it sold off, right? In after hours. Well, it didn't even go anywhere. So let me see if I can find one. Where are the quantum stocks? I'm looking for a quantum stock. Yeah, NVIDIA, if NVIDIA drops here to 174, if it rolls over, I mean, look at this. It gapped up to like what, 180? Nah, man, that's not good. That's not a good look. Yeah, you should not be getting these gap ups and then it just sells off, right? Does that make sense? Right? Like look at quantum ETF here. It gapped up to 110 and immediately sold off. These quantum stocks on that news should have held. They should not have like pulled back as much as they have. Look at this. It gapped up to 65 and it dropped to 59. So in my opinion, what we're seeing here is nobody wants to hold, and as soon as it sells off, buyers show up, but it pumps just to sell off. Does that make sense? We get a pump, we get a temporary bounce, and it just sells off. So I don't want to say we're in a bear market, we're not, but we're in a downtrend. That's just classic downtrend behavior. We go down lower, we pump a little bit, everyone gets excited, oh my God, this is the bottom, and then we sell off again. Because the only people buying are I don't want to say the suckers. It depends on what stock you're buying. If you're buying absolute garbage, obviously you're a sucker because you're buying something that may not recover. If you're buying something that fluctuates around the purple line and goes higher over the long term on the yearly time frame, then you can just buy and you'll be okay, right? Like I want you to think about that for a second. If you're buying good companies, if you're buying even Bitcoin itself, which is not a company, but if you're buying Bitcoin and you know that over the long term, it just keeps going up and creating these new highs and higher lows, and it just keeps fluctuating around this purple line, you could technically just buy here at the top, and guess what? It always comes back up for you. You buy the top here, it goes back up for you. Buy the top here, comes back up for you, and then some. Comes back up for you, and then some. Like, it's actually really difficult to lose on these, but you got to be willing to hold through the pain of all that downside. Like, you could be the worst trader in the world, and you'll still profit as long as you're trading stocks like this. Or, yeah, this is crypto, Bitcoin. So, yeah. It looks like a sell day breach stone. Yeah, it looks like a sell day to me. We're just seeing classic pump and then immediately dump and sell off for the rest of the day kind of behavior. And anyone buying right now, at some point, they're going to run out of cash. Retail is going to get exhausted at some point, and it's just going to, we're going to really start dropping even more. Hey, shout out to you, Count. What about NVTS? Yeah, like I said, guys, when a bunch of people join the Discord, it's usually a top. Like a bunch of people joined the Discord like right here at like beginning of October, and that was literally the top. I don't know why that is. It always works as a signal when a bunch of people join. All of those people that join, a good chunk of them will leave eventually because they realize like, oh, I have to hold through some red to make a lot of money. You have to hold through some red. Too many people, they just want to buy immediately being the green. NVTS is a good one, but again, look at how extended it is from the purple line. I want to see if it comes down to like $10 and retest that level. Because we had to break out above here to go to 17. So if it drops another like $2, it's going to be a good opportunity. I never short. Nope. I never, ever short. I never short. Never. I don't think I. Yeah, no. I never short. That's funny. I never really short. I tried shorting NVIDIA the other day, but didn't work out. Or not the other day. It was on a green day, so it didn't work out because I was going up against the I was fighting the buying pressure, which was silly, but I wanted to see something. Just checking the markets. Sage, I saw that setup you have for buying on at MACD crossover. Have you bought off it doing for selling? No, I haven't. No. I just I got my own strategies, Breachstone. I'm not gonna get into them because it would be a long-winded video or stream about strategies, and people don't want to hear that. People just want the signals. Let's keep it real. Yeah. And here's the thing about the purple line strategy is it's literally a waiting game. That's all it is. You have to wait for it to come down to the purple line. And then at the purple line, you have to wait for it to go up above it, right? Like, that's why I keep using Bitcoin as the example. You know it's going to go higher. You just got to be patient. You got to be patient for it to come down nice and cheap to the purple line. Then you got to be patient while it consolidates around the purple line. Then you have to be patient when it finally, starts running huge, right? And we get that hype cycle. Everyone's excited. Woo, right? A bunch of new people join the Discord, and that marks the top. And then we come down again, and, yeah, the cycles just repeat, right? The cycles just repeat over and over again. Am I bearish? Yeah, I have to be. I had to be bearish. I have to be. Like, it's not like I have a choice. Like, it's not even my opinion. It's just I have to be bearish because that's what the technicals say. Under the purple line, we're bearish, right? What happens when we go under the purple line? We go lower. What happens when we're above the purple line? We go higher. So it's just kind of, that's it. It's very algorithmic like that. There's no overthinking it. Yeah, the concerning thing is this, like we need to break out of this or else we're just gonna, we're gonna come down and retest 100K, which has to hold. If 100K doesn't hold, if we go under 100K, it's gonna be a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's gonna be a self-fulfilling prophecy because everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, it's under 100K, it's over, it's the end of the world. So it'll sell off even harder. Believe it or not. This is just all psychology. If Bitcoin drops under 100K and it doesn't hold above it, it'll sell off even harder because people are going to look at that and go, oh my God, it's under 100K. It's the end of the world. Oh no. Which is just stupid because these people don't look at the bigger picture. And that's all I ever show you, really. It's just a bigger picture look. But people don't like seeing red in their portfolio. Now, I'm red on some stocks that I hold in ETFs, and I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Don't care. I've been here long enough. I know how the game is played. So it's absolutely it's just normal to be red, especially during this part when everything's falling. That's expected. You can't expect to not be red in a downturn, in a bear market, in a downtrend. Like, that doesn't make sense. You're gonna be in the red. That's just part of the game. You buying more RR today? I don't even hold RR. I sold it off at a loss. I'm not holding it. If I buy RR, it'll be Monday, the day of the exhibition. But as of right now, if this is gonna keep dropping, why would I bother? What about Bull? Bull, I'm watching that one today again. Let's see what happens with it. It's inside a bullish falling wedge, but if it's just gonna sell off like everything else, it should come down to like 1018, and around 950 to 1018 is where it bottomed here, and then ran huge, right? Bottomed here, and it ran from 1018 to a high of $18 for an 80% return. So yeah, but this one you gotta be careful with. Because if it doesn't hold 10s, it's just going to keep going down. I did not buy any. No, I did not buy any Netflix. I did not buy any Netflix. I'm waiting for the reversal on that. What about Bull or HNST? Running from Bull, Running from Bull, I had to hold 3 motions just to make $5. Just to make $5. I mean, let's see how we start off. The market just opened. See, the most important thing is, are we going to bounce right now and then we're just going to sell off for the rest of the day? because that's the worst thing that can happen. The worst thing that can happen is, we see a pump in the morning. Oh my God, everyone gets excited. Woo, we're pumping. And then we sell off the rest of the day. It just kind of. I'm wondering if quantum stocks are actually going to pump huge or not. Or if they're just going to sell off. You would expect more strength in the quantum sector after today's announcement, but that's not really what I'm seeing here. I'm just seeing a market that wants to sell off right now. We'll see. It's just the open. Let me see. What is this? RGTI, LAES. BBAI, green, barely. I imagine there's not going to be much opportunity. Mainly because I'm not the kind of person to jump in head first. Look at that. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to come down. BBAI, I wonder if it's going to come down lower. TSSI, what is that doing? I think it might be just another. Like I said, the hardest part about the stock market is just sitting back and doing nothing. I don't see anything right now that's worth a buy. Yeah, I know it. USAR? I bet you MP already bounced, no? Should have bounced. 70.40. Yeah, I would expect MP to go lower, actually, yeah. Because if it's not going to hold the 50, it's coming down. Should come down to 65. Not concerned about that one. That one's not dropping because of anything fundamental, as far as I'm aware. It was literally at 100, now it's 30% off. Cool. Mara, what news did Mara get? Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those days again where we just sit back and do. Look at IQST. I mean, IonQ. Again, didn't they come out with news? Yeah, Trump administration, what? In talks to take equity stakes in quantum computing firms, including IonQ, Rigetti, and QBTS, are discussing the government becoming a shareholder. So why aren't we seeing a huge surge, right? Like when MP got the government announcement, it fucking ran. It ran, period. It literally went to 100. So why aren't quantum stocks doing the same? They just got pretty much you pretty much have news telling you, hey, the government's going to take a stake in this, and so so why are we dropping? Right? Like why are buyers not showing up? It should be the most bullish news ever. So that's why I've been saying, like, it just looks like another day to sit back and do nothing. Did Tesla drop? I think Nick mentioned it and I just laughed because he said, "Oh my God, earnings is gonna be woohoo! I hope it has good earnings or something." He said something like that, and I was like, usually when Tesla goes above 400 and it has earnings, it usually drops because I don't want to say it's because it's been priced in, but I just noticed a pattern of Tesla going up above 400. It has earnings and then it just tanks for some reason. It's right at support if anyone wants to take the risk. Max, it's in the Mag 7. It shouldn't even be in the Mag 7. That thing's garbage. Got to get over the hangover from yesterday. Yeah, you already know, hold back. Yep, that's all it is, Jomar. Today is the day to just sit back. The Grayscale Bitcoin Mini Trust ETF, you're going to have to give me the ticker on that because I have no idea what that is. Like, you gave me no ticker symbols, so I'm like, what do you mean? HNST. HNST, what is this doing on the monthly? Oh, it just keeps going down. I would never trade this because it just keeps going down. Support here at 350. That's about it. But I have a rule where I don't trade anything that behaves like that, where it just keeps going down quarter after quarter after quarter. Because you're just fighting the selling pressure long term, essentially. Which is why would I want to do that? Might as well just buy something that keeps going up. Semiconductors bouncing here. I mean, for all intents and purposes, a lot of these stocks are just red or barely green. So I wonder if we're just gonna sell off end of day. I mean, by the rest of the day. That's usually the case. It's been the case for the past few. Yeah, we get a pump here till like 9 o'clock. Till 9 o'clock, we get a pump, and then we just sell off rest of the day. You can literally see that right here. Same thing here. We pump and we sell off. Pump, sell off. So yeah, that's just pump and we just sell off anyways. Like it's been that way for a while now. Again, what do you mean for Bitcoin? Yeah, but what's the ticker? If I just look for Bitcoin, it's just going to give me Bitcoin. I don't know what do you mean for Grayscale? Like what's there's got to be a symbol for that. BTCG, because I like BTC. I typed that in. Oh, this one? What is that? What is this? That's garbage. I'm not buying that. That looks like trash. That looks like garbage. Like I'll just buy the Bitcoin miners and make more, because it's like when it comes to Bitcoin, if you're gonna take advantage of Bitcoin's volatility, you want to buy something that's gonna move, which is why people buy the Bitcoin mining stocks, because Bitcoin mining stocks can move. They can move a lot. like this is garbage because it's like. Let me just measure where did it hit a bottom. From bottom to high, it made a 65% move. So from the bottom to high, it made a 65% move. Or you could have bought Mara, and let's just measure how much you would have made. Essentially, yeah, from low to high, let's see how much more you would have made. Oh, you would have made 143%. Let's look at CLSK. This is why people, the smart ones, buy the Bitcoin miner. Because you make more percentage-wise. It's still going to follow Bitcoin anyway, so why not buy the one that's going to make you the most return, right? That just kind of makes sense. From low to high, 269%. So this is why I don't buy that. Because it's like, oh, I buy... What would you rather have bought CLSK Mara or this BTC Grayscale, whatever the hell? Like, which one would you make more on? You would make more on the Bitcoin miners, right? Percentage wise. So there's no difference. You're just making more on the Bitcoin miners. Mara, Riot, CLSK. You're literally making like double the amount. Like 120% return versus 66%. That's a huge difference. So yeah, that's what I think of Grayscale, whatever the hell this garbage is. It's just focus on the miners. You'll make more. You'll make more off of the Bitcoin mining stocks. Yeah, because if you buy Bitcoin directly, how much would you have made? 68%? Yeah, that's garbage. You're better off buying the Bitcoin miners for exposure to Bitcoin, and you still make, like hundreds of percentages. You just make way more due to the volatility. So yeah, not that great of a pick. QBTS, why are you moving? This one's showing strength right now. For now, at least. Okay, so we're kind of getting a repeat of last time. We're getting a repeat of last time, which is we're seeing some stocks green. The question is, are we just gonna sell off rest of the day? Like, are we just getting this pump here and then, after 9 o'clock we just tank? Like, that's kind of been the pattern. Even if we do pump Friday, I'm gonna get rid of everything. Just look at Palantir on the weekly. Yeah, Palantir on the weekly looks like absolute trash. That looks like that looks like that almost looks like Heikanashi. Oh wait, that's not Heikanashi. Where is it? Heikanashi. There you go. That's a top if I've ever seen one. Oh, that looks like it's breaking down on the daily. It's been trying to hold, but it just you would expect it to drop at some point. Yeah, like I've been saying, if tech rolls over, we should see everything else roll on over too. So really, by 9 o'clock, 9:30, we'll know if the market's just gonna sell off again. So right now, there's a whole MSTR is selling off right now, which is usually means Bitcoin itself is gonna start following. American Batteries. I don't know. I don't know what American Batteries is. What's the ticker for that? Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do in this downtrend other than add your favorites. Just add a little more. Dollar cost average. Yeah. All right. I don't know. I think I'm gonna end the stream early because what is there to say? There's nothing. There's kind of nothing. It's kind of eh. Let me check something here. Mags are still still red. Yeah. Yeah, see, the funny thing is, you look at the left-hand side of my watch list, there's a lot of green stocks, right? There's a lot of stocks that are green, but then you look at the actual chart and you're like, well, Rigetti's not green, it's red. QUBT is red. IonQ is red. QS sideways. Another quantum stock red. Nightscope finding support here, but I'm not going to buy it. That could easily be a fake out and then a continuation of the sell-off. Yeah. Abat. What's Abat? Isn't Abat? Is that the stock that one doofus talked about? Doofus. No. Wait. Who talked about this one? I think was it Zip Trader you who talked about Abat? I swear it was. I think it was him. I don't remember. But Abat. What about it though? What's the scoop on this? There's news here. The Department of Energy canceled more than 700 million in battery and manufacturing awards. So, so why would I buy this? Other than I guess, like the pump already happened here. Like it already ran, so why would I even? Why would I bother? That's my question. I mean, if you want to take some risk and just throw money at it and hope it has another huge run, I mean, well, sure, but I don't trade off of, oh man, I hope it huge, I hope it has another one of these. I trade off of, what works, and I don't know if I don't know. It stopped getting awards it stopped getting contracts from the government. Is that how I'm supposed to interpret this? This one reminds me of Color Stock, and Color Stock never recovered, and it was my worst call this year. So I'm kind of hesitant on these battery stocks. But if someone wants to take the risk, go right ahead. I mean, buy it here, stop loss at 5.40, and sell, take profit at like what, 10. That's about it. I don't really. There's not much else to say about that one. Amazon looking good. Okay, so Zip Trader U is the one that talked about Abat, right? Because Jeff from Trucker Jeff from the Discord just sent me a message. What do you think of the stock Abat? I saw Zip Trader U covering that one. I don't even know what to say to that. If people are asking me what I think of Abat, they're gonna be very disappointed because I'm gonna look at this and go, well, it already ran here, so why would I why would I alert this? I have strategy, and that strategy involves buying at the purple line, which it was at the purple line back in June 23rd. So, it was a buyback here at $1.30, and it ran like 300%. That's where the real money is at. It's at the purple line, not up here somewhere. But I mean, if people want to chase, or if they have some kind of strategy that involves buying after a dump and betting on on a big run again, I'm sure. I guess I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what that strategy's like. TSM. Yeah, I'm gonna tell Trucker Jeff Abat. What about it? I'm gonna ask him. What do you think? What do you think? I don't know anything about it. Anything about it. Let's see what he says. I don't know anything about it because I literally don't. I can't comment on something I don't even like. I don't. I have no. I don't know. I have no clue about that. TSM. Oh yeah, yeah. I see. Amazon. Did it finally break out of that downtrend though? Oh, it's still downtrending. Screw that. It keeps doing this. Yeah, nah, I'm not touching that. Cause hell no, I'm not touching that. It needs to break out of that downtrend, or else I'm just fighting selling pressure. I wanted to buy calls on it, but I was like, we're probably gonna continue to drop. These dudes think we dumb, like we gonna take the bait. Definitely don't like Abbott's chart, but I like their business plan. But yeah, not buying here, just watching it for future. Yeah, I looked at that chart and I'm like, yeah, the play was back then, not now. Yeah, for those kinds of risky stocks, you don't want to be buying them right now. Okay, so the most important thing here on Bitcoin is that breakout out of this downtrend. Let me check last time. Last time we broke out of the downtrend, well, we still went lower. Broke out of the downtrend, still went lower. Tesla finding buyers. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't have to be the first person that jumps in. Like if you see a stock at support, you don't have to be the first person that jumps into the stock. Let other people jump in first, and then you can come in after, and because you need to be shown that buyers are actually gonna show up at that support. Yeah, MP is a great example. Where are buyers going to show up? Who knows? Are they going to show up at 65, 62? Like where are they gonna show up? But you guys know me. I'm not concerned about stocks with any stock that works with the company that works with the government in some way, shape, or form. I'm not concerned about those at all. At all. I don't think I have yet to get screwed over by a stock that works with the government besides Color Stock. But Color Stock is the only stupid company, stupid enough to, hey, we're going to become a Bitcoin treasury now. So that's kind of the exception there. Nobody saw that coming. I don't think I've ever heard of a company deciding, yeah, Color Stock is trash. Sybil just looking like it's supposed to. Just sitting there. There was a Russian lady that joined recently. I think she bought Sybil. So we're just gonna sit on it. That one's so easy. So it's such easy money, Sybil. Just people don't have the patience. They just want everything to go up right now. Apple weakness. What is Maine doing? Is Maine recovering? Interesting that Spy Vu are green. Oh, by the way, what is this? I just missed it. I need to go back to regular. Yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock. So let's see if we sell off. We get this little pump at open, and then we sell off rest of the day. Let's see what happens. That's gonna be fun. Bitcoin should do like a 180 right now. It should literally start doing a 180. Like it'll come up right now, and then at exactly 9 to 9:05, it'll just start dropping. Yeah, everything looks like they could be green right now. Like I said, we pump at open, and then we sell off. I like how Microsoft looks in terms of MACD. I might do a quick trade. Up to you. You do what you got to do. I need to see strength here from buyers beyond just the first 30 minutes because it doesn't mean anything. If buyers show up for the first 30 minutes, it doesn't matter if you can't finish strong. Let me see. Man, I want to buy. I want to, but it's like what is Ion Q still holding there? Yeah, it is still holding. I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know why this happens, but at around 9 o'clock to 9:30, that's when everything reverses. It's almost like the market's just waiting to trap the people who are going long at open and just buying up stock at open, and then they just sells out the rest of the day. And some of you might know what I'm talking about. Have you ever bought a stock and then it just goes red? Well, that's because you bought a stock probably in a downtrend, and probably selling pressure is not on your is against you, and you're buying, and then it just sells off the rest of the day because that's the pattern. In order for a downtrend to continue, the selling pressure has to happen at some point during the day enough that it pushes it down to new lows. So Netflix just did the sell off. I expect Netflix to go down still. I'm not buying. I'm not buying. I think it'll go to $1,000 and then we'll get a bounce. UEC having its second green day. I stopped buying calls like 2 weeks ago because I'm like, well, what's the point? Semiconductor ETF. I will become bullish and I will get aggressive with my buying if we see the semiconductor ETF go higher. If that breaks out to new highs, that would be bullish. That's what I'm waiting for, really. I'm waiting for confirmation, right? I can't just assume this is going to break out. I can't make assumptions. I cannot just assume it's going to work out in the way I think it is. I need to get confirmation first that this is actually going to go higher. It should break 350 and go to, 360. If it's not going to do that, then the market's going to be weak. SCHD already pumped and it's already selling off. You get, like, this is what I mean. Like, let me show you. Right, we pump and then we just then it just starts selling off for the rest of the day usually. RR, it's green, but it's still in the downtrend though. That's the problem. We're still in a downtrend. I'm glad I didn't hold that up. I'm glad I didn't hold that up there at $7. I'm glad I took the loss. That was, I would have been deep. I would have been deep in the red, but man, like 3 years ago, I would have probably held it down. I would have been like, oh no, it's gonna work out. Like, screw that. Hell no. I sleep better at night when I just take the loss and not have to worry about anything. Monday should be fun. I hope. Let me look at Rich Tech Robotics again. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, that's it. I don't think there's anything. We'll see. It's about how we close, not about how we open. What's Palantir doing? Green? Yeah, it's not about how we open. It's about how we close.